to my colleague Paco Siasari earlier on in an exclusive interview about this contract. Occupy Ghana has come out with a publication alleging that the government of Ghana, through the GPHA, signed a contract with you.
A lie, palpable lie, and that is untrue. I'm a Ghanaian, and Ghanaian companies can have any dealing with any institution of government. What debats it? That tell you that some people there are just deceiving you people. They are not Occupy Ghana. They should occupy their own mind and occupy their own heart.
No, what is?
Let me tell you, there are people behind those Occupy Ghana that have issues with me since 2003, and have pursued those issues till now. No, and I'm saying that we can't. I said they've lied to you. So go and collect.
It is not true that Anoto Holdings.
If I signed a PPP arrangement since 2008 with government of Ghana, doesn't mean government of Ghana has given me a contract. PPP, I'm spending myself. I don't define it. I am creating wealth. If I ask GPH, I want to build a port to increase the industrialization of this country.
So what is a lie?
Excuse me.
So what is
if
a lie
I ask them that I want to do that, because by law they control the seas, and I'm spending my own money, not backed by government, not backed by anybody over this period. What's wrong with that?
So you're actually affirming the allegation.
Excuse me, I'm not affirming any allegation. I have never signed any agreement for government to put 36 million into my account. That is a palpable lie. They wake up at dawn and created that, and I have all this in communication and information. And I am telling that gentleman that he knows that he started this since 2003. Has pursued this. I'll come there. So that is no issue. You can't just go and be throwing lies and everything to that place. This will not do you any good. Which government? I have never gone to tell government to give me something. I am creating my job and within the law. And I am creating my job. It's private issues. So if we are doing something and it falls within the agreement zone of somebody, you need licenses, don't you?
Right.
Right. So let them come and say that one. Because what they are causing here, they are causing financial loss to us, but privately. And the law is doing that. So we are handling that issue. Leave them and let them continue. And those people they are using, let them use it, because they've done all this for 5 years. Nothing has come. Ghanaians are hearing the truth. They are about throwing. Do they have, they themselves privately, do they have a company? Have you gone to ask them? Why are you coming to ask me? I'm saying it's a lie.
So that's the exclusive interview there my colleague Paco Siasari had with Alfred Woyome, denying that any contract has been signed as reported by Occupy Ghana. I've been joined on the telephone by a leading member of Occupy Ghana, Seneca Sleyford. I thank you very much for your time. Now, you've been hearing Alfred Woyome. He says your allegation that a contract has been signed is a palpable lie and does not bear any facts to that effect.
Hello?
Zeva, can you hear me?
Yes, just about. I didn't hear the soundbite, but your summary is he says that there is no contract?
Exactly. He said he hasn't signed any contract to that effect as you're talking about.
Well, we have contract documents in our possession, sir. We can always display the contract when the time is up. There is a contract.
Now, he talked about the fact that you have been at it since 2003, and that has not been any basis. And so he's not surprised that you're bringing it up now, as we speak at the moment, about this particular case. Is that the case?
This particular case? No. We have not. This contract was just signed in 2015. It didn't exist in 2003. If he's talking about the fact that we have asked him to pay back this money, the 51.2 million since then, yes, we want the money back and he should pay it back. That's where we stand. We don't stand anywhere else. We're not in the business of discussing things of this nature with the culprits involved. There are legal processes. There's a court. He has been found and determined that he owes the government of Ghana money or the state of Ghana money. And we're insisting that he should pay it back. But we're also insisting that until he has paid this money back, the state of Ghana, the government of Ghana, should not be engaging him in any further contracts. He is not shown that he is somebody who is credible and that he will pay back money if he defaults and he's wrong in what he did. And that's where we stand. There is a contract. He signed it. The Ministry of Transport signed it.
Okay,
GPHA have signed it, and it's simple. There's nothing else to it.
Ms. Evert, but so what exactly is wrong with this contract? Is there any illegality in this contract you're citing, or because it is Alfred Agbeshi Woyome, and so that's where you have the problem?
The contract is not illegal, and I said so this morning on your program, on your midday news. There's nothing illegal about the contract. We are questioning the morality of a government of Ghana who, when somebody owes you money and is ducking and diving and doesn't want to pay, you do not go and sign another contract with the same person, expecting that the person will deliver to that contract. It's a very, very simple principle of morality and ethics. We need an ethical backbone in this country in order to be able to move forward. There's a question of due process, whether due process was followed, and we are looking at that to see what happens. And if we determine that due process was not followed, we reserve the right to take the whole matter up in the law court.
Well, but Mr. Eford, now this argument you make would not necessarily hold in the arena of legality, because what is morally right will not be necessarily legally right, and vice versa. What is legally right will not be morally right. So if you're raising the legal argument as against the reflection, or the moral argument as against the reflection of something being legally right, how would it fly in your position that because of morality, this contract shouldn't have been given to him in that respect? I want to find out from you.
There's a very, very clear principle of decency, which you can argue, and we will argue that question of decency. There's also a question of procedure. The Financial Accounting Regulations and the Financial Administration Act are very clear on how things should proceed. We also need to examine the Public Procurement Act to see whether it was complied with in this case, and whether the Ministry of Transport actually went through proper procedure before the contract was awarded. But on the whole, simple fact is that this government is not doing things properly. We are engaging somebody who is definitely not on the right side of the law and is definitely ducking and diving money that is owed. Who in their right mind, who in their right sense, gives a contract to somebody who owes them a huge sum of money and who clearly does not want to pay that money? This is questionable.
Okay,
and
but do you
have
have
a case in the law courts? Hold on. If we don't win a case in the law courts, we are insisting that the people who are ruled or who are brought in to run the administration of this country, those who are put at the helm of our institutions, must do what is morally right and ethically correct to do. Period. Nobody's saying that Woyome has an illegal contract. He does not have an illegal contract. His contract is valid. We are questioning why our government would go through and do this whilst they are telling us that they are trying to collect money from Woyome. They are in the background negotiating a new contract with him. Who does that?
You talk about proper procedure. If this contract did go through proper procedure, and you're going to be finding out that, do you suspect anything to the contrary, that this contract did not go through proper procedure, and that's why you would want to go look into it again?
We will look at every single contract that this government has done on a sole source basis in order to determine whether or not that sole source procedure was right or wrong. We are seeing too many contracts being given to individuals through the sole source scheme that should not have gone through the sole source scheme. And we are questioning the PPA's independence and its integrity in doing what it did. And this is a question of law, and we will go through that. If you break the law, if he has broken the law at 663 in accordance to the Public Procurement Act,
then you could take it. Until then, we'll see how that your process to look into it comes out. But I thank you very much for your time this evening. Sidney Kasley-Hayford is a leading member of Occupy Ghana. They have raised questions with this 35 million contract they say that government has signed with Alfred Agbeshi. I'm going to run through quickly the documents that Occupy Ghana has released to back their claim. This is the first page on that document. If you could just see it on your screens right now, the framework agreement for the development of the deep seaports, industrial port and green towns between Ministry of Transport and Anato Holdings Company Limited, which Alfred Agbeshi Woyome is the board chair of that particular company. Also, it continues with another contract document signed by the chief director of the minister and also the chief of staff at the office of the president. These are documents which they are putting out there to back their claim right here on this particular issue they're raising. So these are the three documents they put out there, and you can check 3news.com. You can get details of